Hello and welcome to DC30 and our Mythic Odyssey of Theros. D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am your Dungeon Master Romeo, and I am joined with a full house tonight, the illustrious Tamara, the lovely Rebecca, the elusive Morse, the abrasive Ali, the voracious Virla. I am pulling these out of my ass right now.
I'll take abrasive any day.
And the delightful Violet. We are DC30. How is everybody doing this evening? Who we got in the chat tonight? Caxips06, welcome. Hi, Mom. Panekonenchit, I fucked that up. Welcome. Shypuff, welcome. Hopefully. And Agalit, welcome. I just want to have only one quick announcement tonight. The roll for random encounter channel points reward was lowered from 10,000 drachmi to 2,000 drachmi because it occurred to me that 10,000 is a bit of a stretch in terms of feasibility. I don't want to keep that restricted to people who would only watch this religiously. Especially because there is no such thing as that at this time.
Give it time, mate. We'll get there.
All in good time. I did manage to get the DM mic thing to work. Sorry, the Discord audio output thing to work. So now I am no longer bound to desktop audio. I can play whatever I want, and it will only sound out once. How's the music, by the way? Too loud? Okay.
No, that's fine.
I thought it was an ancient Greek version of the Mastermind intro.
I don't know that I know that reference. Right. Without further ado. Tempest. Last we left off, you guys had been summoned to attend a meeting of the Council of 12, the primary ruling body of Meletis. You had been summoned at the request of your young friend Tanis, the castaway girl with the gift of foresight, who you rescued from an island in the Siren Sea. The meeting was to discuss the logistical aspect of instating Tanis as the city's oracle, an act that she had volunteered herself for, wanting to be proactive with her gift. It was a long, complicated discussion, with many good points raised, and many not so good ones at that. Fortunately, they did not win out. A schedule of appointments for Tanis was agreed upon. Plans for a new temple to the goddess Clothis, the patron of her foresight, were drawn up, and it was decided that the formal ceremony announcing Tanis officially as the new Oracle of Meletis would take place in around 3 weeks' time at the Hematikilia, the annual harvest festival. The meeting over, you then decided to follow up on a posting you took note of, asking for assistance in dealing with something unwanted that wound up in the kitchen of a restaurant known as the Wreckborn Reef. Beg your pardon. You made your way to this place and have knocked on the nearby door of Iglin Romerath, the owner of this restaurant. And that's where we come to now. So, you guys have approached, knocked on the door.
Quick question.
Yes?
Is Bacchus again with us, or did we still kind of forget him, like, at a tavern?
As you're waiting for a response, you hear just faintly, "Wait for me!
Wait for me! Excuse me! Coming through.
This is like old ladies like, "Watch where you're going, young man." But she sort of
sorry,
like
I'm needed by my friends.
Right,
I'm here.
to
I could help.
recap, I don't know if you watched back the last episode, Ali, but basically, you popped off to see Daxos, maybe just to like see more cool shit. Yeah. And it seemed like he, after taking a call, spent a good amount of time keeping you in the store, just showing you lots of cool things, and even you picked up that he seemed intent on having you remain in the store just for a bit.
He showed me so many shiny things.
You got a quick message in your ear, Xanthia. Is the meeting over?
Yes, it is.
Thank God. That's it.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
You're welcome. It was alright, actually. Fun guy to be around.
Good to know.
Not gonna be too mean to
I
you.
think Bacchus should be on his way here.
Oh, he's there. He just
Oh, I'm here.
bounded down the road.
Okay.
There was a delightful moment that was full on John Cleese as Lancelot in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where you saw him running down the road doing. And you're all standing there.
I'm living for that.
So, Bacchus, after asking us where they went, he mentioned that they had, in passing message, I'm retconning saying this has happened, were heading to a restaurant known as the Wreckborn Reef, following up a posting they had seen. So you asked for some directions, and short for you sprint later managed to arrive near the sort of docks area where they were. Speaking of which...
Oh man, DM's flexing tonight. DM is flexing hard.
Oh, did I not tell you I have an Elgato Stream Deck now?
No, but damn boy, it's working like a treat.
I will take a moment to give a huge thanks to Michael Gelfi. You can find his work on both SoundCloud and YouTube. He produced most of the stuff that I have access to now. I simply purchased the albums. Cool. So, a moment later, I just realized that that's what you guys were waiting on. The door opens, and you see an older Triton female who has forward-facing fins, about sort of just one big one that almost looks like a mohawk. She, similar to you, Xanthia, she has these fins that act like ears that go the whole length of her face, but hers are even larger and sort of sway slightly, almost like the tails of koi fish. Her coloring would be best described as a bright verdant green, with fuchsia webbing on the fins themselves. Yes, hello?
Hello. We saw that there was a posting on the board about an infestation.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's been a true menace, and I'll be very, very glad to be done with it. If you would excuse me but a moment. Igiria! There's a moment's pause before you hear like tip-tapping sound, like something hard on stone, before a very sheepish-looking female satyr sort of lines up or moseys up behind Iglin. Igiria, why don't you tell these nice people what you saw? Nigeria sort of saddles up and I don't know, I just was making the food and then something roared at me and I spilled the pot and there was soup everywhere and I freaked out and I just ran out.
Are you alright though, besides your good scare that you had there?
She shows you her arm, which you notice has just a very light bandage on it. And she says,
Oh,
it's just a hot pan that went flying when I ran, but I think I'm okay.
Did you see anything?
Just a pair of big red eyes.
Can I insight check him?
Her and yes.
Sorry. 18?
She's telling the truth.
Right.
You get the impression of someone who was freaked out and has gaps in their memory born of both just panic and not denial per se, but just you sense that she could potentially recall the information given enough pressure, but at this point in time genuinely can only recall a pair of what she has described.
How did you get away? Listen, you're on your own. You've spoke something. You've been scared the shit out of, right? How did you get away from this monstrosity that you deemed us to come here and kill for you?
I'm very fast.
Insight check that bitch.
Make an insight check.
Yes. 3!
You just images of, as someone who values athleticism, images of like a natural born runner's talent evoke in your mind, and you kind of get just basically distracted. Like you go on a tangent, you think about, oh, she must be a super good runner, and then you just remember back at the Temple of Triumph back in Akros, like, I miss running, and then you're already thinking about like amazing Iroan games of like ages past that you attended, and you're like, good times, and you're just off on a tangent.
Oh, good times.
So for the rest of the group, a low roll is sandwiches. We start thinking about food. But for Bacchios, his low thing, he just thinks about working out.
Well,
Right.
I am also trying to be a bit more creative than sandwiches, whilst obviously not being unkind per se, but just trying to make it a bit more interesting with low rolls. I just ran as quick as I could. I shut the door behind me, locked it, and just screamed, and Iglin chimes in at this point. It's like, I got everyone out. We locked everything up. We haven't been back, so it's possible it isn't even there anymore. We don't actually know. It's been maybe 36 hours or so.
It is so you didn't actually see anything. The only thing you saw was red eyes.
I heard a massive roar as well.
Okay. Were there only two red eyes?
Sorry, just you quickly.
Yeah.
Was that Bacchios or Ali? Be honest.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It's been a week.
Take a D for inspiration for your honesty.
I'll take that. Thank you. But yeah, were there only two eyes?
I think so. If there were others, I did not notice them.
Okay, right. So that's pretty much all of the really foul monstrosities pretty much off the table, right? If this thing's only got two eyes, that means we can make it bleed and then we can kill it.
Igiria says, is that how it works? Sincerely, by the way. Like, she's generally, 2 eyes means it's killable?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, we've faced some pretty big fuck off things, right? And they've had like 10 eyes, 20 eyes. The more eyes, the more difficult, right? But, you know, we like to keep it fresh, but 2 eyes is pretty easy with our line of work.
That explains why there's always spiders in the house, no matter how many I squish.
That's right. Spiders are real fuckers. If you keep them small and keep them downtrodden, they will stop from getting any bigger.
Thank you, noble warrior. I shall take this advice.
Yeah, that's right. Squash them all. Anyway, anyone else got any ideas about what it was? Because I'm ready to go in and start smashing things.
Iglin at this point just says, "Here's the key. Try not to destroy the whole place."
I will do my best.
And she just says, "I believe you."
Okay. I'm ready to go in.
Before we go, I'll kind of gesture to her to kind of show me her arm, where the burn mark is.
She pulls it off, tentatively, wincing as she does. And you see, it's maybe a couple inches long and about an inch wide at any point, but it is a very nasty, bulbous blister. It's at least sort of like the balloon stage of it.
I'll take a moment to kind of hold it, and I kind of like run my hand tentatively across it, and as I say, doesn't look too bad. I'll use Farrakhan's Balm and heal up 5 hit points. And if relevant, I will also cure 1 poison.
So, I was going to treat it as a hit point of damage, so it immediately is like it never happened. She's like, "Thank you, it was hurting so much." Scotty, make a perception check as you do this.
Dirty 20.
You do notice, you feel a slight vibration, ever so slight, like out of character, compare almost like a faint text message vibration, like a vroom, a little ring, and you feel it from inside your pocket or your satchel, and after a moment you realize it's come from the shard you carry. It's twitched ever so slightly.
Okay. Oh, the Feywild shard. Yeah, it's around my neck, so I kind of feel it probably. Yeah.
Good.
I won't kind of. I'll kind of after like low hand just go. Just be more careful next time, and I'll step back, and I'll kind of step back into the group, and I'll just kind of like absentmindedly just hold on to the shard, and just kind of like just hold it and just think for a bit. That's it.
Super. As you guys basically leave the... Is it called a courtyard? You know those little... Like the little fenced-off area as you go up to someone's, like, front door. Front
Courtyard, patio,
yeah, patio.
something like that. I don't know.
You basically, as you guys walk out of her patio and leave the little front gate, you turn and you are now just looking face to face at the actual restaurant, Iglin living right next to it, essentially. And to reiterate from the previous session, you notice that it is a fairly nice stone building, but has sections of where you gather maybe decommissioned ship that's been attached to it to make it almost look like an actual boat. So it's got like, you know, like the bow and the stern stuck at each end of this place, with like a mast kind of haphazardly stuck on top to give it like almost like a It's like a building is wearing a ship costume is the best way I can describe it. And on top of that, sections of painted wood have been attached that have been carved to resemble coral, with the sign out front that says the Wreckborn Reef.
So, shall we head inside, or are there any preparations that you still want to do?
No, let's fucking go. I'm ready.
Can I do one thing, please?
Certainly.
I will walk up to Xanthia, and I will grab her hands, and I will cast Gift of Alacrity.
What's that do?
It takes a minute, so we're just standing awkwardly staring at each other for a minute.
Okay.
That is so
And
unbelievable.
then Cassinius just kind of like just walks past, just looks between you, and then just carries on.
Listen, Hilly, if you feel that way, why not just go in and kiss her? She might be up into it. Especially with that banging septum piercing.
You hear a voice in your ear, Bakios.
Oh, stop it, you.
Oh god, that genuinely made me cringe a bit. That was terrifying. Was that meant to be Clothis?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, hey, we got a thing. I didn't see who was before.
Turn the filter off, for the love of God.
Sorry. I didn't see that. Who gave the follow?
Oh god. Oh, that tickled me in places I didn't know I had.
If you just followed or like did a thing, please sound off in the chat so I can. Sammy ASMR, welcome Sammy ASMR.
Hello there.
I'll actually take a moment. So Sammy ASMR, if you guys look up Roll Positive Gaming on Twitch, they do their own Strixhaven based campaign. It's really engaging to watch. They stream every Saturday evening, I believe, but you can also watch the VODs as well back. It's a really good story. It's a bunch of ASMR-based YouTubers who have gotten together and do a really cool show. And Sammy in particular, actually, Bithynia, is going to be part of that Strixhaven one-shot.
Nice.
Welcome, Sammy. Appreciate you dropping by. So, as you guys are approaching the front door, why don't I go ahead and activate the map? I'll ask for a moment's time. I deeply apologize. Quests. Cool. I asked this only... It's not as deep as it sounds when I ask it, but can I get a marching order? Purely just so I know how to arrange you guys on...
Oh, I'm absolutely going in first.
I'll go in second.
Number 3.
Go in front of Hilara, wherever you go.
I'll
that's weird.
be in the back.
Hang on, I had to close Foundry for a second because I'm having... It's just giving me a bit of difficulty. Sorry, I'm going to reopen it now. Sorry about this. Talk amongst yourselves.
By the way, Tamara, I texted you what Gift of Alacrity means, but it just means you add a D8 to your initiative.
Amazing. I really need that. I think my initiative has been so bad, and I have a -1 on that anyway.
Oh,
You have a -1 initiative? You have -1 to your dexterity?
Oh yeah, remember when we...
Yes!
Remember when we were like, oh, Tamara was like, I'm gonna go hunting without my armor, and was wondering why her AC was 7?
My AC was 9, I believe.
You're right, my apologies.
But yeah, it's real bad.
I've never heard of a -1 on anything. That's insane.
Oh, it's very common on intelligence checks for barbarians.
Yeah. I have a 9 in dexterity.
I have a 0 intelligence modifier.
my
Thank
apologies.
you very much.
Oh
Which means,
no!
Which means I am a C GCSE student. Thank you very much.
Interact.
Well, you say that. The other, I think it was 2 episodes ago, I rolled like a natural 20 on intelligence, and Amalia is not that smart.
Mm. Yeah. You can roll good with shit stats and roll badly with good ones.
That
Hold
is
on,
very
am I
true.
is Xanthia as smart as Bakios? I also have a +0 to intelligence.
Yeah,
No,
you're as
don't-
smart as I am. You're as smart as me. How does that feel?
Don't overthink it.
Ah! God.
You're way more charismatic about it than me, so you can bluff your way through an argument, whereas I just drop my foot right in it.
It's because of the tone of your voices as well. Like, no offense, Bakio sounds stupid.
That's right.
Jesus, and people
I'm
call
not sure
me
that was a
harsh to you.
compliment, but okay.
I was about to say, and people call me harsh to you.
Yeah. I mean, you just sound like every English teacher I've had, in my life, so it's fine. I'm used to it.
Plus, you're the DM. You're meant to be like harsh to her.
That is true.
That's true.
You cannot say I don't give it as much as I take it away, though.
Well, when we killed my dad, you nearly killed half of us. So.
But that was awesome. That was badass.
Only nearly.
Okay, so I'm gonna thank you. Sorry, basically the map wouldn't load for some reason, so I'm going to try and activate the scene now. Hopefully everything works as it should. I'll tell you what. Why don't I also quickly transition? Where's OBS? Here we go. I'm gonna turn off studio mode, and just with the press of a button, switch to the battle cam. And why is it showing that screen? Okay, fine, fuck it, interact. Oracle. Join game session. Cool. Transition. Sorry, 1 second. Properties, I need to turn that off.
Jim, where did you find the backing,
Oh, for Christ's sake.
like,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
newness?
Where did I find the what?
You see the thing that's playing in the background?
Where did I find the what? Oh, the music.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Gelfi.
Okay, because the Greek in the background, I can understand it, and it's freaking me out.
That's... Oh, are you kidding me? Why is it doing this now? Hold on.
Is it to do with the size of the map or anything? Was there a specific
No, so
art?
Foundry's fine. Now all of a sudden OBS has started. Sorry, just 1 second.
Would it be a DC30 stream without technical difficulties?
I know, right? That's our thing.
That's where we start.
You know, some streams have enthralling battles and amazing character development, and then
And it always throws me a curveball, like every damn time.
yeah,
We have technical difficulties and awkward banter.
that's it.
Okay, it's working now. I might have changed something by accidentally previously. It'll just take a moment to edit, transform. Ah, right, that's the issue there. 1,000. Interact. Okay, it is working now. Let me just shrink the size of this now. 1 second, sorry. Transform, edit, transform. I just need to quickly... Screen projector, screenshot. Sorry, just trying to figure out how to adjust the resolution. No, that's fine. Oh, nope. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is for the moment, just because I realize you guys have been standing there awkwardly for a little bit, and that's my bad. Hopefully this is sufficient. It's, so it's telling me that the scale is the wrong size, but... Interact. Oh no, that should be fine now, so... Okay. Thanks for your patience. Cool, so can everybody see everything okay?
No, mine's completely blacked out.
Oh, right, I don't know. Again, every damn time with the global illumination. Configure. Lighting. Unrestricted vision range. Save changes.
Yay, I've got it. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. So yes, you guys find yourself at the front door.
I'm going to take the key that was offered and ram it in, turn it, and unlock the door.
Easy enough. If you now click on the door, you'll be able to open it.
Oh, we're truly in the 21st century here now, everyone. Right.
Okay.
I take a few steps in.
As you step inside, you come to see basically a very nice little restaurant setup. There's a smorgasbord of tables. You can see what I clearly did not specify was a door when I created the... Yep, I forgot to put a door there. 1 second. Let's just add that door. Okay. Yes, you see a door to the right that, peering through the slightly ajar crack, just because it's revealed now, you see what may be storage. The internal itself is a myriad of tables with cups and dishes and things like that. They look like they were knocked over in a rush. Chairs are toppled over. There's unfinished jugs of wine and other things on the counter itself. The internal decor seems fairly simplistic or straightforward, as you can clearly tell, but ultimately functional. You have a gander around the place and you see various pots and things like that. It's very homely and in that sort of pleasantly haphazard that would evoke a rustic restaurant. At the far end at the far end are two doors, one directly in front of you and another off to the side slightly.
Okay. First things first, I'm going to go to the nearest fullest container of wine, pick it up, and immediately start just drinking because, you know, free wine, why not? Then I'm gonna, as I'm drinking,
so
I would like to go
it's
to.
been out for a few hours, so it's not rotten per se. It's just.
Is it palatable and is it alcoholic?
It is palatable, but you do take a moment to go. Lame.
Yeah, I still drink it.
Yeah.
Free drink. Who would? Well, why would I leave it on the table? And I would like to go and investigate this door on the top left.
So, by all means, do so. I presume you guys also pour in.
Yep.
Cool. I'll go ahead and take the liberty of moving you guys into the space.
Right. Now that everyone is kindly filing their way in, I will open this door. Just not even cautiously, just like throwing it open, seeing what's inside. Ah, nothing.
Struggling to open the mechanic to open the door through. Are you able to pull me through?
Which door, sorry? Oh.
There we go, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got object collision activated at the moment.
That's fine, yes, but that's fine. As that's going on, I'm just going to take a quick... I'm going to kind of go counterclockwise around the room, and I'm just going to have a quick look for any particular... Like, kind of see if I can gauge... first, the route at which the young woman took when she ran out, but also if I can see any other tracks or anything that seem different and non-humanoid.
So the floor is solid stone tile. There wouldn't be much opportunity to see. I'll make a survival check, I'll say.
16.
You don't spot any tracks in that way. With the 16, I'll say you definitively don't spot any tracks in that way. You're sure you've not missed anything that are not there.
And I just continue to kind of walk around the room counterclockwise. Is this a window?
That is a window, yes.
I check to see if it's damaged anyway.
Make an investigation check, I'll say.
Uh, 5.
It's a nice window. You're not.
Are we sure it's still here?
Whilst he's doing that, I've stepped into here to look into the storeroom. And do I see anything of interest? Anything that jumps out at me?
Make a investigation check.
Oh, hell yeah. 13.
A 13, I'll say... Not really. There's a few different vases. These ones don't contain wine. One of them contains olive oil. Another one contains water. You see tomatoes, oranges, sacks of grain. Different... one of the urns, in fact, contains blind shrimp that seems like ready to be preserved, like currently being preserved and ready to be taken in to be cooked. This is very much the larder.
Fair enough. I go out thinking, yeah, nothing here for me.
I would like to use one of my charges of Divine Sense to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Okay, remind me what that lets you detect?
Sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
You take a moment, feel the thrum of the waves, the divine waves of Thassa, course through you, and then boom, nothing.
Can I just check like the ceilings and stuff? See if there's something.
Make a
up.
perception check.
A perception check. I will do that. Oh, that's a natural 20 for 25.
You see a droplet fall to the ground of clear
Oh,
liquid,
fuck.
and you
Okay.
slowly look up and see that there was a little bit of condensation on an otherwise bare ceiling. You don't see anything.
Okay. Oh.
As I'm kind of going around the room, I'll say to this group, so something weird did happen when I healed the young woman's arm. This vibrated. It's never done that before.
Exactly. Is that...
when did we pick this up? It's been a while I've had this now. It's a shard from the Feywilds.
Just point of clarification, I know it's a Feywild shard mechanically, but there is no Feywild
from
in Theros.
from the
Skull of
what do we
Ale.
call it? Skull of Ale, yeah, sorry. It channels some of my more chaotic elements of magic. I don't know if it means anything. It's never vibrated like that before.
I think whatever hurt her is connected to that.
Well, she was never touched by the creature. She just burnt herself. So I wonder whether or not it was just meant that maybe she is from the Vale. Perhaps. But you might be right, I don't know. It's very little to go on, it just happened. Not happened before? Ah! I found the cellar then. Or the wine cache. I'm going to quickly peer down here to see if anything seems smashed or broken.
Make a perception check. Or make an investigation check, sorry.
8!
Nothing appears smashed or broken. That's more the bar area. You do see sort of like a taverna bench.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I saw this wall and I thought it was like a wall, but it's like a bar table. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, cool. I quickly peered around it, but then I come back out.
No worries.
I got nothing.
Well, let's keep searching then. I see that this door hasn't been gone through yet. Now let's go. Let's go. Are you ready?
Maybe we can also look out for anything magical that would, I don't know, maybe be in connection with that shard that you bear.
I'll take up the shard off my neck and kind of hold it in my hand. I'll bring it towards the door. Does anything happen?
Roll a charisma check.
Oh, okay. I was expecting just an answer no. 11. It's probably as bad as anyway.
You felt something. But you are genuinely not certain if you imagined it. It's like, out of character, you know when you swear you felt a vibration, but then you look and there's no notification and you're like, what? Like, you
Damn
genuinely
silent notifications. Is there a gap? How resolute is the door? Is there like a gap at the bottom? Is it like is it completely flush?
It's not completely flush, but it's only really a small gap. This is a heavy, like, boarded wooden construct that's more functional than it is pretty. So it's not sort of... it's sort of like... It does scrape a little bit on the floor if you try to open it, or so you feel that, but you could kind of peer through the cracks. It would just be difficult.
That's fine. Bacchios.
Yo.
Give me one moment. Let me see. I'm gonna go under and see what's on the other side, and then come back out.
Do it. I want to see this.
Alright.
You
take
hear
up my
in
blade.
your ear, Scotty, as you're about to do this.
Make Bacchios high-five you as you do it. I'm bored and it's going to be hilarious.
Oh yes, I did this last time, didn't I? That's true. High five, up high. I explode into a puddle of blood.
That's fucking amazing. My high five is so powerful. I eviscerated a human. Oh no, sorry, a little satyr boy. That is amazing.
I just sit there as the puddle of blood, doing nothing for a few moments.
My aunt taught me about this once. With great power comes great responsibility.
So I've gaseous formed or blood formed, and I'm gonna puddle underneath.
Gotcha.
But from my perspective, is this literally a puddle of blood that's now just like...
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like slugging...
Yeah,
Whoa.
it kind of like snakes around your glutes, and then kind of like almost like tries to climb over, like just the surface tension of the blood, but then just kind of.
Out of character, the amount of shenanigans I would try to have with this ability is insane. Anyway.
Is that what I sound like? God.
Yeah, you sound hot.
Sorry, inversely, Discord was peaking slightly, so I just lowered your guys' output just a tiny bit. Okay, Scotty, you... Like, there's this awful... sound as you kind of just seep and slot across the floor. But you do manage to basically insert yourself through the cracks and trickle through to the other side, and then gazing around, you see just a tiny antechamber with a larger door that seems to be of a stone construct with a brass framing. At the other end, you gather that would likely lead, beg your pardon, to the kitchen. In this room in particular, you see a small desk adjacent. I'll tell you what, I'll move you so that people can see.
Yep.
You see a small antechamber that has a small stool and a desk on it. Upon the desk, if you as you rise up with like a little blood spout proboscis.
I think I kind of
periscope.
imagine I kind of almost like climb up part of the wall
Yep.
to kind of get a bit of height to kind of see. Not without climbing, but you
yeah.
know, just so I can kind of see.
There's a few papers on the desk, and as you have a read of them, it seems to be mainly ledgers and maybe a bit of inventorying. The kind of paperwork you might expect from a restaurant. You gather this is what would pass for the manager's office, for lack of a better term. Like, this is a small space they seem to have carved out for someone to do things like bookkeeping.
No sign of like damage or anything, though.
Not that you can see.
I snake a hand through underneath the door, and then I try and attempt to do a thumbs up, but it just looks like an oblong with a slightly longer
Make
bit that
a
sticks out of it.
make a dexterity check, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You know what?
22.
Okay. It does actually come out as a pretty, like, they can tell it's a thumbs up and not something phallic, which is what would have happened if you had rolled too low.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I'll slither onto the next door.
Okay. You sleep along. This one, you actually, as you try to sleep under, encounter resistance. This one appears to be sealed. Make let's roll a general intelligence check.
Eight.
It is strange that this door would be sealed.
Yep. Fair enough.
So I suppose at this point, after after watching a load of blood go under the door, after recovering from the slight shock of seeing that, I would follow through. Nothing else?
And then you come in.
Oh,
I
sorry.
can't get through that door.
Well, okay, so you realize that this door is also locked, then you think you should be able to open it now.
Yeah. So I sashay in. Oh, there's the puddle of blood now just like seeped up against the bottom of that door trying to get through.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
you can see. Like I'm almost like I'm
it's
trying to
full
like
on-
go around the edges now, but
This puddle of blood, which has taken on the suspicious shape of Eric Andre, is going, "Let me in! Let me in!"
What the fuck? I pull out my axe, get ready to swing.
Okay, no,
the blood immediately coalesces into an upside down smiley face.
Hello?
but before he swings, can I like grab his axe out of his hand?
Sure, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. He's not out of his hand, but I'll let you just catch the axe as he swings.
I'm
Buddy, because if you act him in blood form, you might cut off his head and he might die, and you're not gonna kill my best friend.
Who is that?
It's Scotty!
No. What? He can control that shit? That's fucking amazing, Scotty. I'd lower the axe. I thought I was your best friend.
No, you're my best friend that I like to irritate. There's a difference. I love Scotty.
Oh,
You're just,
oh, okay. Yeah, I know the drill.
I'm gonna maintain the blood form for now, just in case it's useful in the next room. But I kind of, after this, the upside down smiley face turns into a sad face, and I'll just wait, because it looks like I can't get through.
Then in that case, I'll try and jimmy the door and shove myself through.
Okay. So, as you go up to it, the door is locked. And you try the key, and it fits. And the door isn't sealed in... you realize the door isn't sealed in the sense that it is barricaded per se. It was locked, but the ceiling itself is... doesn't seem to have been as part of any kind of barrier per se. Bithynia, you just, as an offhand comment, you mentioned that most kitchens, to preserve heat, or as in to retain heat energy, will have a insulated door to not let too much heat out.
Yeah, for safety as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I try and put more and more pressure and try and real force my way through this. Not through like a boosh, but just like constant pushing.
You stammer into, because the door was open, there was no obstruction.
Oh, sorry, I think I misunderstood. But yeah, and then I just try and overly force my way through and stagger through.
Yeah. I'm imagining Scrubs, Kelso, boom, knocks the door down and turns sir,
Yeah.
the door was open. Oh no, I just love doing that.
Yeah, solid reference.
So you kind of, you unlock the door, and then you kind of just dash it, you kind of stumble slightly into the room, encountering less resistance than you anticipated.
That's right. Okay. Oh wow, what a kitchen. I would like. Here's the thing. It looks pretty empty to me, so I immediately lose all hope that we're going to have a really fun battle, right? And I turn to Gleave.
Something strikes you as you enter this room, Bacchios. So the kitchen itself. For the first time, you encounter genuine damage.
Oh.
There's a shattered pot in the corner. Things are scattered. There's that stew on the floor that you saw earlier. The fruits and other vegetables on the counter where things are prepared are prunes, as in they are dried out like jerky. And it is toasty in this room.
Ooh.
Is it warm in here?
And as you stumble into the room and look around, you see that one of the ovens is still lit.
Which one?
The one in the center.
Okay. I go in to see if anything's cooking in there. Peer in.
As you peer into it, you just see a small little fire. That then the licking flames coalesce into a pair of angry eyes before a jet of flame explodes outwards. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh hell yeah! Right, I get advantage on them because I can see it. That's a 19.
Succeeds. You only take 9 points of fire damage, but you are still knocked back 10 feet, and you watch as all of a sudden a massively humanoid-shaped fiery figure erupts out of the oven. this being made entirely out of fire. And just roars at you.
Oh hell yeah! Let's fucking go, you fiery prick! And I will get out to swing something.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Hell yeah! Let's fucking go.
I've got 14.
This went exactly as we expected.
Pretty much.
Thank God, an 18.
Okay, 14 for Bithynia.
17 for Bokios.
I got an 18 as well.
Okay, so sorry, what was the Xanthia one again? Sorry, what was Xanthia's initiative?
18.
18, okay. Tell you what, just because I can't hear myself think,
Bring the ambient music down just a smidge.
Yeah, that's a lot.
okay, is that better? I dropped it to 34. I'm going to drop it to 30 to be safe.
That's perfect. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, sorry. So, Xanthia 18, Bithynia 14, Hilira 18 as well? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put you at 18.1 because I know for a fact you have a higher dexterity than Xanthia. And to answer your question, oh yeah, so Marinated Tamara is playing Xanthia.
Yep, that's me.
Okay, so Amalia, what'd you get?
9, I think.
Okay. Scotinos?
14 as well.
14. I'm gonna put you at 14.1 because I'm pretty sure you have a higher dex than Bithynia. And Bokios?
17.
17, thank you. Top of the initiative order, Hilira.
Oh no, is your dexterity 17, Buckios?
Yes.
No,
sorry, no, I rolled a 17.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay. So, top of the initiative order, Hilira.
Okay, can I... So I can't hear myself, the music is very loud still.
You can turn Romeo down as an audio.
Am I still pretty loud? Am I still really loud to you guys?
Yes. And I've got you turned down all the way.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the music down to 10. Is that better?
Okay, I can hear myself now, thank you. So... Okay. I didn't expect to go first.
Is the fire ambience an okay volume?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's... Okay. Thoughts have escaped my mind. What do I do? You know what?
Was that... Who else? Who was that?
That is very...
Okay.
That's very...
Sorry.
Don't know what that is, sorry.
Sorry, there was some feedback. I think that came from you, Viola, but that's fine. Okay, it was like a brrr sound, but I think it was just a technical thing. So, what would you like to do, Viola?
Can I move forward?
You can. I would just have to ask you to roll an acrobatics check to weave.
I'm still a puddle, so you can just step over me.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so you have to step through a gallon pool of blood, but yes, you can move.
Yeah, I'll just go over Scotina's and just go, excuse me!
There's a really awful wet as you step through.
Sorry! And then... I'm stressed. Okay, I don't know what to do.
Oh god, I accidentally selected everybody when I did this. Okay.
I will move over to Bokios, and I will touch his arm. And because we didn't get to play with it last time, I will cast Holy Weapon.
Okay. You kinda...
On you, Bokios.
You just about managed to pop through. And as you do, you reach out your hand and plant it on Bakios's shoulder, or on his weapon. And
Yeah.
whereas when Daxos did it, the weapons glowed red hot and then erupted in fire. As when Hilira does it, you watch as your axe. Oh, are you using the axe or are you using your war scythe now, Bakios?
I'm still using my axe at this point.
Okay, just double check. You watch as the axe begins vibrating. Out of character, almost in a way similar to how the vibroblades in The Mandalorian work.
Oh, I see what you
Like
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else on your turn, Hilira?
Kick-ass.
I will keep moving a little bit to the right.
Okay.
I guess. Just create some space.
Now, as a point of order, I'm gonna just double check. You moved how many feet this round so far?
Like 10 maybe if I moved over Scatinos.
Okie dokie. And
And I have 60.
cool. Just more in terms of
feet.
Yeah, I'm like a really good cleric, you know. Rona's really like
travel domain clerics are all about the speed. They are Zumi the cleric.
60 feet is insane.
Trust me, it gets worse at higher levels.
Oh, Christ.
But more in terms of, so your ability that gives you a +1 to AC as long as you move at least 30 feet. I'm gonna be a bit more cognizant of tracking that going forward. So,
yeah, I moved 20 feet.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I usually subtract it as well if I'm not sure.
Cool. Just making sure of that. Perfect. Anything else on your turn?
That's it for now.
Xanthia, your turn.
Okay, I'm being a little bit uncreative, but you know, bless is always a solid choice.
Hashtag blast.
So, hashtag blessed. So, I'm gonna bless Bakios,
Yeah.
Gotti, and Amalia.
Okay, and now I get to use everybody's favorite new feature. Scotty, Bithynia, and Amalia. By the way, just as a note, I won't always be looking at Discord, so if you nod, I won't necessarily know that you've nodded. So, is it... Okay, Scotty, Bithynia, and Amalia?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, yeah. Ah, little blessed animation. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. Cool. And yeah, you guys watch as a familiar blue aura that sort of laps and ebbs and flows like waves washes over Scotty, Bithynia, and Amalia. It's weird, the blue aura turns the red blood pool the weird purple color, and it's somehow worse. It is somehow worse than the blood. Purple rain. Okay, anything else, Xanthia?
Nope.
Okay.
Bakios, it is your turn.
Hell yeah. Right, so I've got this freaking awesome new blade, right? It's vibrating, it's pulsing, it looks like a motherfucker. I'm immediately going, I'm not even gonna rage, I'm just gonna run straight forward and attack this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna save my rage for a bit.
Cool. You run past the couple remaining vases that still seem to be there, which, as you have a peer crew through, seem to contain water in them. You look around the kitchen itself, sort of taking care not to stumble through the couple oranges and bits and things like that that are on the floor, and you take a swing. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yes, please. Oh, good. Yes, please. That's a natural 17 plus 10. Thank you very much. 27.
It definitely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Oh, yeah. And okay, so this thing has done damage to me, correct?
Yep.
Oh, goody. Okay, that means I get an extra 1 point of damage. Oh, yes. The maximum amount of damage, 19 points of damage.
Nice.
Plus 2d8, I think, with Holy Weapon.
You carve...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, 2d8. Go ahead and, so 19 plus 2d8. Tally that up for me.
Oh, it's cocked. Plus 9. So 19 plus 9 is 27. No, 28. 28 points.
How much of that was the radiant damage?
That was 9 points of radiant damage.
Okay. And the other was 19, right?
19 points of slashing damage, yes.
Yep. So you carve into it, and the radiant damage seems to blister it, and it sort of recoils slightly. The slash of the axe doesn't do as much damage as you anticipated.
Well, I thought, yeah, resistant to physical attacks. Okay, right, but nevertheless, I'm still going to go for my second swing.
Yeah, no problem. You hit hard, so you still took a piece of it, but it did resist it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, not so good this time. 18 for my attack roll.
18 does still hit.
Nice. Okay, let's roll. That's cocked. Oh, yes, another 12. So another 19 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 10 points of radiant damage.
Good to know. And once again, the radiant damage eats into it. It shrugs off the slash a little bit, but you hit hard. Even with the resistance, you take a piece of it.
Okay. Before I finish my turn, I'm going to use a little bit of my movement to try and jump onto the table to the side, because I'm aware that there's a big hulking Leonin behind me with a big fuck off axe. So I'd like to try and side jump to my right and land on the table.
Okay, make an acrobatics check. The DC's low. The DC's low to this, so.
Acrobatic. Oh, that's only +3 for me. Ooh, not good. 9.
That's fine. If you'd rolled a natural 1, there might have been something, but that's it.
Fair enough. All right. Cool. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, easy enough. You hop onto the table. Next up, it is Scotinos' turn.
Okie dokie. I am going to. I've got to come out of the form, I think, because there's just no point me keeping it. So I'll break concentration and break blood form, and bring myself back into normality.
Scotinos?
And say, anyone got any water? As I grab my horn, I'm going to move 5.
Make a perception check, Scotty. You do see that one of the big jugs that Barkios ran by, as you quickly peer into it, does actually contain fresh water.
Fantastic. Sorry, so here you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll kind of go 5, 10, 15, grab it.
Okay.
20, 25, and I am going to hurl the water.
Okay. I'm going to say for this, make an athletics check as your attack roll.
Okie dokie. 14 plus bless, I believe, and that's a D4, is it?
Yep.
15.
Okay. You throw this entire jug of water, which flies wide, this enormous torrent that just empties out of this jug as you fling it. There's a flash of massive steam. And then you watch. Crap. As this thing increases inside, it heals for twice the amount of, for 2 times the amount of gallons you poured onto it, which was 10.
Fuck.
And then it hits you. This is not a fire elemental. This is a grease fire elemental.
Oh, dear.
Oh no!
I didn't take a cooking class.
Oh, okay. I had this idea like months ago, and I was like, is this too cruel?
Right. Next up, I throw roast chicken at it.
Okay, so
okay.
a grease fire elemental, new homebrew I made. It's the same as a fire elemental, except instead of water susceptibility, it has water absorption.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, and it also
Good to
gets
know.
bigger and does more damage.
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Bakio, Ali, quick catch up. Scotty threw a whole gallon of water on this thing, which made it increase by 1 size category, and it healed 20 hit points.
I've just, you know, I wanted. It seemed like it was going to be too easy a fight, so.
Muted.
You're muted.
And let me guess, I'm now enveloped in flames.
Correct.
I'm loving this. Let's keep playing. I love it.
Okay.
Oh, see you later, Sammy ASMR. Sorry, I only just spotted that. Have a good one. Cool. So, anything else on your turn, Scotty?
Yes, you said it, then it hits me. Oh, as in the
No.
knowledge hits me. Okay, yeah, cool. So it didn't actually hit me.
Correct.
It got. Okay, fine. In which case, I'm then going to spend 2 sorcery points as a bonus action, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. Upcast I'm upcasting it to 5th level. So wisdom saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. Oh, it's just a quick note. I forgot to mention, okay, sorry, because just 2 seconds. It's a little, not a technical glitch, just looking up something that I just missed when I transcribed the Fire Elemental stat block into Foundry. Ah, shit, yeah. So, I almost forgot. So, Bakios, for the 2 strikes you did on the Fire Elemental,
Yeah.
you also, as the fire splashed on you, took 3 points of fire damage. So it's a D10 per strike. I forgot about that because it wasn't
I will take it.
transcribed properly.
I'm still over 100 hit points, so I can take it.
But you do take an extra 3 points of fire damage as it entered your space by increasing in 1 size.
Yep, makes sense.
Oh, and you're
Okay.
on fire now.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, that's it. That's the last of it, I promise. Okay, so wisdom saving throw.
Yes, please.
I will use my Phoenix die for this because it's appropriate. Ooh, that is a 4.
So that's a fail. So it's going to take 30 points of psychic damage,
Oof.
and it can use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed can away from me.
So 5 feet backwards. That's where the room ends.
That's alright. It means the bucket is no longer engulfed.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking hell.
Bithynia, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to use, I'm gonna summon Balance.
Okay.
Because why not?
You guys watch
So I'm
as
gonna create a
Bithynia
wall.
holds up her hand like an arm guard and then traces a circle shape forming a Hoplon shield before pressing down and then boom, like ding, 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 like these astral shields lock into place. Bithynia, you also get to choose the appearance of these astral guardians. So unless you have something specific in mind, we'll say they resemble Miletian warriors, but sort of translucent.
Yeah, they'll
and
look like they
phantom-like.
belong here.
Yeah.
They definitely will look like they're from here.
And one after the
feel
other,
free
they
to-
lock their shields, lower their spears, and form a... It's, 10 foot, so let me just quickly draw that shape. So it's centered on you, so it looks like this. Zamtia, you and Amalia watch as you're basically shifted aside slightly. Amalia, you okay? Yeah. Shifted aside slightly, and where an astral warrior takes your place, locks their shield in front of you in a protective position as this dome of interlocking shields is formed with spears jutting out.
Can I move forward 2 spots for this so that
Yes, you
Scotty
can.
is in it as well? Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, there we go. And Bacchios, if you want to just, when it's your turn, she'll just look, Bacchios, this is, these are my friends. If you want to be on this side, you're cool. If not, I understand. You do you. Boo.
Oh, I want more friends.
Okay. Is there anything else on your turn, Bithynia?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
the fire elemental's turn. Now, a quick note, just for my own double checks about summon failings. Creatures using kind of the I'm just trying to think because I know I specified that creatures can't move through the other area unless they use some form of teleportation, but the fire elemental has something called fire form, so it can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch.
Sounds legit.
I'm just wondering if that is unfair per the wording of the spell that I've got so far.
It's a magical phalanx. So it's perfect.
I'm gonna say that the fire elemental is able to... I will let you make an attack with the phalanx as part of it getting that close, but I'm gonna say that the fire elemental is able to insert itself through the space just by moving through. So go ahead and make an attack roll with your spellcasting ability modifier.
You're muted.
What do you want me to roll?
Imagine you're rolling Eldritch Blast, like that modifier.
Okay. I'll just do the Eldritch Blast one.
Yes,
For hit or
For hit, yeah.
25.
25 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll a d6 plus your intelligence modifier.
10 damage.
Nice. As this thing basically inserts itself into the space, these astral warriors all like jab out with these astral spears and actually prick it a whole bunch. And it takes a hit. Takes a real hit.
Do I also get to use, what should we call it? I have so many spells, I love it, but also scrolling. Do I also get to use Hellish Rebuke since it tried?
I think that's only when you take damage.
Yeah, it's only when it hits you. You'll get to use it in 1 second. It's gonna hit you, don't worry.
You say that with such confidence.
I'm so sorry. However, as it basically moves and engulfs all of you, so this thing is... Yeah, actually, if it moves forward 1 down, it can engulf all of you. So, Scotty, Bacchios, Bithynia, and Amalia, you all take 8 points of fire damage. And because it is one size category, it's because basically it's been empowered by the water, an additional 7 points of fire damage.
Oh.
It is now going to do its attacks. Its first attack is against... Actually, I'm thinking... it's going to do the first one against the person who attacked it. So Bacchios does a...
Makes sense.
That is a natural 20.
That will hit.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
You take...
Do it.
7, 29 points of fire damage.
Oh. That hurt.
And the second attack is... Now, is it smart enough to realize that Bithynia is a source of the summoned failings?
Roll
I'm
an
gonna say-
intelligence check for it.
I will roll an intelligence check for it.
Yeah.
That is another natural 20!
You just rolled 2 natural 20s in a row?
At least it was used on an intelligence check. and
I
not an
can't
attack,
take
so
a
I'll have
picture
that.
because my phone is my webcam.
Damn it.
But that won't be a problem next week. However, I am so sorry. Yeah, it basically... It just about perceives a faint radiant aura that is coming off of Bithynia that's producing these guardians. And it's just... It's gonna see, like, aura lady bad and it's gonna just make a strike. Oof. No, that is a 10 to hit.
And what does my blessing do for me?
Does a 10 hit?
No, it doesn't, but I'm blessed, right?
Yeah, so...
Yeah. So if you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can add a d4, basically.
So it wouldn't help
Okay.
you in this instance, but it missed anyway.
But I got hit with the damage earlier, so I have a reaction that I can do with
Yes,
that
yes, you
extra
can. Yep.
blessing on it. So I'm going to use the Hellish Rebuke with the blessing.
Okay.
And you said I add what to my roll?
A d4.
So 43 damage plus
What
4.
kind of
47.
What is the damage type on Hellish Rebuke?
Fire, I believe.
Yeah, it's fire. Would it damage it, or does it take half damage?
So you don't heal it.
Heal
for-
again!
You don't heal it for 43 damage, fortunately, somehow. But it is immune to fire damage. Sorry.
So should I do something else then? I mean, you've already changed my one spell, which absolutely did nothing for, so that puts me down 2 spells and completely takes me out
Sure,
of
sure.
the
I'll
statement
yeah,
now.
okay. I'm
Just
gonna
putting that out there.
Bithynia would be smart enough to know that what you call it? Fire damage against a fire elemental is ill-advised. I will let you take a turn. Take a different turn.
I don't think I can use as a reaction. Hold on, I have to go through my spells. Well, with Sphinx Displacement, it says that I can choose one damage type to gain resistance to. Could I use that for fire damage?
Is it a reaction to use it?
It's under my bonus action, but I'm just asking.
Let me have a read of the feature. As a bonus action, sorry.
Okay. Use it on my next turn. Alright, I'm good.
Okay. Next up, it is Amalia's turn. And genuinely sorry about the fire elemental thing. It's a tough call to make, and that's part of why the spell is still in workshop mode. But we can have a look at that.
I just wouldn't have used it if it was in favor of using one of my 2 spell slots or not using it at all, because it would have protected us a lot.
Sure,
And
sure.
so that's why I'm like, well, this will give us a lot of protection, so this makes sense.
No, you're right.
But
You're
I
right.
would have gone with my Bagura if it was rules as written. I would have done it, obviously, but
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that. I need to have a look at that spell because to be honest, I completely forgot that it was there.
I mean, for the sake of playing, I'm down 1 spell slot. It's whatever. But
No, you know what?
long term,
As-
I mean,
As a retcon, I will say, just for the purposes of this fight, as a retcon, you can have that spell slot back for free. I will let that happen, no muss, no fuss. Amalia, it is your turn.
I will slashy slash.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
See if that does anything. $21.
21 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. Again, it doesn't do as much damage as you anticipated, but you know, much like Bacchios, you're a hard hitter, so it powers through. Second attack.
I rolled a 20. That's a 9, so 29.
Okay, natural 20. Okay, that definitely... Go ahead and roll some damage on that. That's a critical hit.
That's 19.
Damage? Including doubling everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This thing's not looking great, by the way. Anything else on your turn, Amalia?
Oh wait, sorry. For some reason. Yeah, no, that's it.
Okie dokie. 1 second, sorry. Sorry, top of the initiative order, Hilira.
Yes, I would like to use my movement again. 5, 10. Can I touch it? Can I,
Yeah.
like, touch the fire?
Oh, thank you for
Okay.
reminding me. You guys heard that too, right?
Yep, it's
Okay.
stopped. It's stopped now.
Thank you for reminding me. Amalia, for those 2 strikes, you take 12 points of fire damage. Actually, keep forgetting. 12, 15, 8, 23 points of fire damage.
30,
Sorry, continue, Hilira.
Yeah, I wanna try and like touch his arm, and I'm going to go with the one I love, inflict wounds. So let's see if I hit.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
15. I don't roll very well.
15 still hits. It's a run-of-the-mill fire elemental block.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll my 6d10.
That's what it does.
Yep.
25 points of damage.
Okay.
Necrotic damage.
This thing's looking really rough. Like death's door rough.
Okay, okay.
Anything else?
I can't do anything else on my bonus action. I can't really do. Oh, wait! I have my shield! I will put my shield forward and I will. I will do like a pouty emoji. Like the one with the really big eyes.
You watch as the fire elemental turns towards you, and then the flames contort and reshape into like the single tear emoji. Xanthia, it is your turn.
Okay, I'll move a little bit closer. And I will try to hit that thing with my trident.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Does a 13 hit?
13 just hits.
Oh god. Okay, cool. Where's my D10?
Yeah, so Go Gaming Syndicate, they already tried water on it, and it only made it bigger and stronger, because this is not a fire elemental, this is a grease fire elemental.
Okay, so that would be 7 damage, and
How do you want to do this?
then I'll just try. Cool. So basically, I just see my friends are on fire. I'm just like, no.
Your
So
friends are on fire!
Basically, just walk up, like really annoyed, just
Okay.
and just bonk it to death.
Go yeah, you basically... So you swing the trident through with impetuous rage, and as it passes through and parts this fire elemental, you turn that into a twirl, and then basically begin spinning your trident like a massive fan, and just... And this thing kind of gets sucked into it, until you basically have a halo of fire twirling around like a fire dancer around your trident before you slam it onto the ground, and the fire blasts out harmlessly in all directions, dissipating, and this thing is no more.
Hey.
Combat appears to be over for the moment. I'm gonna switch back to the main layout.
My immediate next
Yeah,
action, I
yeah.
douse myself.
Yep.
Because I think I'm on fire.
With the what? No, you
Oh, stop dropping fire. Stop
Yeah, no.
dropping. I'll douse myself with what's that? No.
Okay, you guys all managed to... You only take an additional, where is it? 5 points of fire damage, before you're able to stop, drop, and roll, and finally put out the flames. You guys are covered with blisters, but you're alive and you're okay.
Oh my god.
Well, that
Take a single
fucking
point of damage.
sucked. Well, la-dee-da.
So, looking pretty hot over there.
Oh wait, are you telling me I've lost half of my fur because of that fire?
Sure, we can fix it.
I'm a patchy lion.
I think you have never looked better.
As soon as he says that, can Amani just break down in tears?
Sure.
I'm gonna check where the elemental was situated and see if there's any remnants of a fire.
Okay. You
I'm
peer
gonna
in
look
there.
for a liquid to just douse my head in.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm all about it. 11.
There are several liquids. You don't see any water. Unfortunately, the big jug that Scotty used was the one. You peer around, you see a few different liquids. You see a dark red one, a amber-colored one, and a golden-colored one.
I will do the golden coloured one. It looks shiny.
You douse it over your
no.
head. It was lemon juice.
I smell great, but I
God.
feel shit.
The other two are wine and olive oil.
I mean, knowing probably the wine, then I will then just jug the wine in an attempt to dull the pain.
It's a strong wine, remarkably
Put
effective.
my hand on his shoulder and heal, I don't know, 25 hit points. Like, there, big guy.
We don't know where are you getting 25 hit points from.
Lay on hands.
Sweet, I'll take it. Thank you. Oh, fucking hurt. Oh, thank you.
Alright.
Okay. Well, that sucked. Scotty, you got any? And you see you found anything over there? While I've been an absolute moron over here.
I don't know. Is there anything? Does it look like the fire's out?
There's a few crackles of like vestiges of ember, but that is about it. So yes, in spirit, yes.
I think we're okay.
At this point, you do notice that the pendant around your neck, the shard, is nothing drastic, but it is ever so slightly twitching every now and then.
Kind of grip hold of it again, perplexed. Zinnia,
Yes.
I know you can identify objects. Are you able to tell if something is different? Hang on. And first thing I'm going to do is I kind of go to try and take the necklace off, and it kind of rubs along the back. The string runs along the back of my neck where I've got quite a bad burn, and I kind of like wince. So I stop and I use the Farrakhan's balm to just like cure myself a bit, but also just make it a bit less painful to remove the necklace. And then I take off the necklace. I don't know. Does this seem? Could you have a look at it? I know it's from the Skull of Ale, and I know that it can sometimes do peculiar things, but it's doing something peculiar, and I know that makes sense, but I don't get it. I don't.
That was a perfect redemption of you just said words and I didn't understand them.
So, but I'm just gonna take it and I'm like, yeah, I can look it over. I mean, is it something in particular, like
It's
the history, maybe? Like, do you want to know where it might have come from, or?
Well, I know it's from the veil. Since I cured the wound of the young lady, and now in this room, it just seems to be thrumming slightly, as if it's drawn to something. I think, or it's reacting to something, but it shouldn't do that unless I will it to do something.
Okay. So, Bethany, you'll take it over, and you want an Arcana check?
Roll an Arcana check.
19.
Total?
Mm-hmm.
You take it over and look at it for a moment, and as part of this, I'll say you spend about 10 minutes casting Identify on it. And you learn a bit about how this thing works. You're familiar with this kind of object. Of course you are. You're Bithynia. There's nothing you're not familiar with. And, you know, when you attended the Decatia, you were famously belonging to the Arcaos college, which is about ancient lore in particular. And you take a moment to conjecture this kind of item, and you realize it's for lack of a better term, it is known as a plane shard. This one is keyed specifically to the Skull of Vale. There are others like it, elemental ones or ones from dark realms. They generally act as a sort of catalyst or conduit or channel that siphons power from a specific domain and allows the user to focus some of the, or harness some of the innate magics of that realm for their own purposes. Generally, users who have sorceress magic, it's sort of that same kind of innate primal energy that they can channel. This one in particular seems to focus the wild, chaotic, whimsical magics of the Skull of Vale. Out of character, the Skull of Vale has so a lot of what makes the Feywild unique has been transplanted into the Skull of Vale. And with being the smarty pants that you are, I will say that after a moment's time, you have a real think about it, and it occurs to you that something that's basically a tuning fork to a specific kind of energy is liable to react if it encountered firsthand that same kind of energy.
Any idea?
Yeah, it seems like you've got a tuning fork here that resonates with a particular kind of energy. I'm curious if it'd be grease fire or maybe something smart. Mostly something. Are you familiar with the Scholar Veil?
Somewhat. Well, I say somewhat. Not been for a while.
Well, seems like that's your connection there, and it will be reacting to whatever energy was here in the future, I guess. I don't know what energy, but
I'll say now, since it's been about 10 minutes as part of your casting Identify, it's gotten a bit more still. It's still reacting, like, occasionally, like, about once a minute, but that's it.
Bithynia, do you feel it doing something?
not as strongly. I'm not sure if what you felt is what I'm feeling, but I think that this has something to do with you more so than me. There's something there, clearly, but I think that this is a you thing.
Okay. I thought it was worth a try, thank you. Is there any remnants of where the elemental was left?
There's a bit of ash, but nothing much.
Once I get the shard back, I'm gonna kind of like hold it out towards the ash.
It does... it reacts a little bit more to the vestiges of what was the elemental.
Right. I see. I wonder whether or not the owner of this restaurant was exploring with some form of magical cookery.
It's possible. Or maybe something to do with Greece. I don't know.
Okay.
We should go to him and ask him to tell us more. You cook stuff.
Is Ali lagging for anybody else?
He was, yes, just
Okay.
a little bit.
Just...
But yeah, we'll agree. I agree. We should. Well, we've done what we needed to do.
Oh my god, Go Game Syndicate Grease Lightning. Oh my god. Now that's in my head. Thank you.
Have we? Do we have any mend spells or anything to fix the stuff that's broken? I mean, we've not broken much actually.
Yeah, you guys genuinely haven't.
it feels like we've done it wrong, but maybe that's what doing it right feels like.
Yes, I would say so. I'm also sure that the owners would be quite happy.
All right, let's go have a chat.
Okay, easy enough. You step out onto the main street and walk the less than 100 feet out of the courtyard of the restaurant into the courtyard of the house. And once more, knock on the door. Door opens, and Iglin once more opens the door and says, "You're finished already? My word, that was fast. Very impressive."
Say, any magic users in your employ?
No? No magic users? Why'd you ask?
Well, we found out what it was that was the mysterious glowing eyes. It was an embodied element that came from one of your ovens. An elemental of grease that ignited, or something of that kind.
Oh my word! Are you all right?
I take a quick look at Amalia's singed fur, and then quickly go back and go, "Yeah, we're fine." I ask because it seems an odd thing to have come into existence, and I wonder if it had been created intentionally, perhaps a way to aid your aid the kitchen or something, and perhaps that's where the issue arose.
What are you insinuating? I don't know the first thing about this elemental of grease.
I mean, we're just trying to work out how it happening to make sure it doesn't happen again for you.
Who's gonna insight check you? That's a natural 20. And so she's
pretty much on the money there. I'm not lying about it.
If she'd rolled low, this might have gotten worse. That's the point.
Right.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. And your sincerity aside, I don't know that I care for your tone all the same. And you hear, and you just hear stop! Okay! Okay, I'm sorry!
There it is.
And you hear from inside Igiria step forward. Igiria. And, like, just the meek satyr girl with just a shock of pixie-cut brown hair. Igiria? What is the meaning of this? It was an accident, okay? I didn't even try to do it. My whole life, I've just been Igiria. I was born in the Vale, just as you, Scotty, a long time ago. My parents emigrated here when I was a small child. And she traces her hands, and just a shower of illusory sparks fly out of her hand. She goes up to you, Amalia, and she waves her hand, and all of a sudden the soot that's now like blackened your fur in many places vanishes. And she just rolls her hands once before she summons a whip of lightning from her hand, and it just lashes out and strikes the ground. I don't know how I'm doing that. It started happening a couple of weeks ago. I always felt like I had this, like, extra muscle in here. Or I started feeling that recently, and I flexed it. I don't know how to explain it. I flexed it, I guess. And then all of a sudden I started doing that. But every once in a while, when I do that, something random happens. Something really random, and sometimes it's not pleasant. And I was in the kitchen, and it was a stressful day. There was a lot of big orders coming in. There was some kid's birthday party, and they had to have the cake perfect, as always. And so I'm busting my butt. It is a stressful day. And all of a sudden, I just had a small outburst. And it happens sometimes, and normally I just go, ugh, and I get back to it. But this time, the fire I was using just... I don't know how I did it. I'm sorry. It's just been a stressful time.
I think her emotions control it.
Well, I'd like to think that I'm in control of the elements of the wild when I use it. But then remember that grease spell. It's...
You also recall turning yourself into a potted plant. I'm just gonna...
Oh man, I mean, I'm ignoring, I'm deliberately leaving that one to the side, you know, I don't need to embarrass myself that much. Do yourself a favour. Have a look into the ability to dispel magic. Just, you never know, you might need to use it from time to time just to rein in the weird.
Okay, where do I do that?
I don't have any. I don't have an in for you for a school. As far as I'm aware.
Iglin claps her hand on Igiria's shoulder and says, I think your cooking days are over, child. We may need to make some inquiries at the Decatia.
Oh, before you go though, and I will take off the necklace for a brief moment. I'm not giving this to you, but...
Her eyes go wide.
But I just want to show it to you. Do you know what this is?
It
feels weird, doesn't it?
It feels like home.
So that I'll try and use the less scientific, probably the less accurate terms that my companion Bithinia has given me. And say that is a small piece or
a shard.
Yeah, okay, I'll stick with the word shard. It's a small shard of magic that is drawn from the Scholar Vale. Scholar Vale being a pretty wild place, right?
Yeah.
I've used this magic from time to time as well. I left the Vale. My path didn't quite align with, and let's say there are people that I'd rather forget. But I remember the magic. I remember the unbridled potential of results, both good and bad. We come back from time to time to Melodies. I'll need it back in a while, But while you're making inquiries, let's say, keep hold of it. See if it helps channel some of your chaos. At least until I have need of the shard again.
Are you sure?
You don't know what to do with it.
No, I don't want to break it accidentally. I don't want to turn it into a sperm whale.
Well, hopefully that will
Any
be
Douglas
enough.
Adams fans out there know exactly what I'm talking about.
The best way to survive the chaos is to ride it. There are... This isn't supposed to be a talk about life. I'm far too sober for talks about life. But you have highs and you have lows. And when you have highs, you milk them dry. You enjoy the lofty highs, the joys, the companionship, the love. And through the lows, we pile drive through it. The loss, the sadness, the grief, the confusion, the doubts. Maybe with this, you can either savor some of the highs or drive yourself out of the lows. Or maybe not.
Okay.
I don't know. That's the way of these magics, right?
I guess, and she seems a little like she's still nervous, but it's a little better. You okay, Ali? We lost you for a moment. You. Am I muted to him? Can you hear me, Ali?
Yeah, sorry, I
Oh.
can. Yeah, sorry, my internet.
What?
Virgin is being a prick to me tonight. I've lost the internet twice.
I've moved over to my phone because I had the same issue this morning as well.
Oh, seriously?
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I'll say at this point as well, Bithynia, a thought just pops into your head on a whim. Just harkening back to your days at the Gatia. You know, you may have been a child of the Arcaos College, but there is... You think back to some of the friends you had, and the college they belonged to, which was the Prismaris College, and you surmise that they'd be delighted to have such a chaotic individual, because that is their specialty. But you recall the Prismaris College being all about the oohs and ahs of magic, torrents of fire, massification, wild abandon.
So with that, she's still with. We're all together. I'm guessing.
Yeah, you guys are all together.
So, look at Scotty. So with this, I mean, what do you want? What do you think? Do you have any other thoughts on this?
Me, I mean, I found my magics grew innately when I was young, and then when I reached that age, they took a darker turn. That's just what happened for me. You can learn it on your own. I wouldn't advise it. If maybe in Melodies they might have some, like your college, like your university had, but for less academic mage users.
Bithynia, you definitely recall more than a few magi of sorceress origin as opposed to wizardly or clerical attending the Decatia, they welcomed all magic users of any origin specifically for that purpose. And yes, there were the Prismari's department had the most of sorcerer's origin above all else. They specialized in teaching those whose magic was a gift how to harness that effectively, and it was everything from users who may have had an ancient dragon in their bloodline, or users who, like Daxos, were blessed by a god to have sorceress power, or users who seem to draw their strength from shadows of the underworld somehow. The explanation wasn't always clear, but the need to give a user with this gift thrust upon them the means to live a normal life with the gift was always the same, and absolutely there was the means to help and teach these people at the Decathia.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Basically, yeah.
And the Decathia is one of the places that people were able to harness this for more than one person, more than one kind from in and around the areas of Melodies. So I think that if there's anything regarding this that I don't know, there's more information available with my colleagues.
I'll say roll a history check as well, Bithynia, just as part of this, whilst you're thinking about all of this.
13.
You do recall that among Satyrkind primarily, although it was not impossible for it to occur elsewhere, there was a font of sorceress origin that drew from the Schola Vale. The Schola Vale is a place of revelry and whimsicalness and wild magic. And that could leave an imprint on certain individuals. And their form of sorceress magic was especially volatile, prone to wild outbursts of improbability, channeling the, for lack of a better term, insanity of the Schola Vale. They were colloquially known as Wildborn, or sorcerers of wild magic.
So she'll look over at Scotty. Scotty, I think this has mostly to do with, I think this has to do with you and your satyr background more than anything else. Or I think there's a lot of history there.
Not too surprising, I suppose. Well, if you fancy a travel, you could always go back there. Alternatively, Tinia's probably right. Look at the... Look around Melodies, look around the universities. There should be...
Unless there's a way to get rid of this gift, I think I better learn how to avoid... She just gestures to the restaurant. More of that!
No point running away from a gift.
I'm not saying run away from it, but learn to make it a gift. You're not...
There's no point running away from a gift.
Besides, your hooves are kind of inefficient outside of mountainous terrains, I guess.
I mean, not entirely wrong there.
She does the full Nathan Fillion. And concedes the point silently.
Whatever you do, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure our paths will cross again in the future, and then I'll have that back off you. Until then, I guess that's job well done. And I'll go over to
She cradles the stone you gave her almost like an egg. And darts inside. Iglin. I'll be sad to see her go. She makes a mean fried platter. But I suppose that is the least of it. Oh, sorry, I just realized. Yeah, sorry, there was a mod thing, sorry. But that's the least of it, I know. I'm sure she'll be just fine at that school. She gestures to you, Bithynia, recognizing the make of your robes. They made a fine young lady such as yourself. If, Igia's half the person I think she is, or I know her to be, I'm sure she'll have no problem there. You brought me back my restaurant. I greatly appreciate that. I don't have fountains of coin, but I do have a gift that was gifted unto me by a powerful mage of our people. She gestures to you, Xanthia. I've had it in the cellar for quite some time. It was a gift when we were dating, decades ago now. I'm told it has magical capabilities, and she steps away from the door and about 2 minutes later returns, holding a large bottle containing a red liquid. The bottle itself is shaped almost like a spiraling column of smoke, like a tornado in reverse, but like sort of loose, almost like if you've ever let the water out of a bath and like twirled it around the where the drain is. You see that sort of like water spout, that kind of like loose tornado shape. It's corked with a silver cork in the shape of an open, like an open-mouthed serpent, and the liquid is of a pale red, quite translucent, with a single stalk of celery on the inside.
This very, yes, thank you.
It is yours to take.
One question, what exactly is that? I presume it's a potion?
He called it a bloody Marilith. I'll be honest, it was a lifetime ago. I don't actually remember what it does, but imagine there's ways of finding out. It's yours to take. He told me it was priceless. I really hope it is. I feel bad if it's not, because you've genuinely done me a great service.
That is a very generous gift. Thank you.
Well, hey, we're in Melodies infrequently enough, but how's about every so often we come up and try your latest dishes?
You know what? She just says, don't take the piss, and you have a deal.
I'm happy with that.
Right.
Alright, we need
I've
to
got a lot of
return
cleaning
the-
up to do, I assume, so I best get started on that. I am truly appreciative. Thank you, Tempest.
Alright, Amalia, let's go and find and reattach all your hair. Is that how it's done?
You guys leave Iglin at the doorway as she basically puts on like a little thing to tie her fins out of her face and gets to work. scrub-a-dub-dubbing. Where you guys headed?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
I'll say, Bithynia, you're currently basically just holding this large wine-sized bottle that's sort of that spiral shape to it with the silver cobra head on it, and...
So, anyone have any ideas for this vial? I have it, but I can keep it, I can take it to my place, I can bring it to the university. What do you have to say?
I mean, Scotinus has drunk a fair amount of alcoholic beverages in the past. Do I have an idea what it might be?
Roll a intelligence check, and I will say add half your proficiency bonus because of the experience you do have with alchemy at this point in time.
Even
Should
with
I
that
roll as
mission,
well?
it'll be a 5.
Should I roll as well?
Oh yeah, I'll say, Bithynia, make an Arcana check.
From freshman year.
I just rolled one. I rolled intelligence and rolled a 1, and then I rolled arcana, and I rolled a 1 again. So
That's
14 for me.
That's
I
an
don't drink,
oofer.
so I don't know.
A 1 is a 1, unfortunately.
Oh.
You have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know.
What'd you roll,
One way
Scotty?
to find out, though.
Oh, total 5. I rolled a 2.
You have no idea, and you're wondering if maybe you should consult someone who might.
I'm gonna give this to fucking Penelope, aren't I? Oh, I've got this mysterious potion. What is it? Oh, actually, I mean, I could sit down with myself, learning tools and try and apply those to work out what it is. I mean, I think I need some rest first. Rest would probably be good, and then we can have a look at it. But in terms of anything else that we wanted to do, there's still the pirate hunter. It's after some stuff. Griffons that the ranger wants killing, and then Oxos, some person that's threatening to slaughter younglings or whatever. Oxos was the name. So there's still things to do, but what does everyone want to do?
I mean, I did tell you all that I was excited for a seagoing thing, if that's anything to do with the pirate thing, months ago. So I don't know if that has anything to do with that other posting, but I'd be happy to go out to sea.
Well, I feel like if there are gonna be like kids killed, I feel like we should go to Oxus and save the kids. I thought there was like a week thing or something, that we had like a week for the kids to be sacrificed.
Yes, I would agree with that. Like, that would also be my priority.
We can maybe go to Oxus by ship.
Is Oxus a place? That's a good point. And then we could do guys ship.
Pretty sure it
It's in
is.
this
I will double check before I say something
Ignore that roll,
silly.
sorry.
We have to pass a river anyways if we're gonna walk.
You guys
Got
could
a river
comfortably
there.
consult the map in this instance. You have that available now.
Yeah, I think it'd be faster by ship, actually.
Yes, Oxus is on the coastline.
Wow. Two
I
krakens, one stone then.
Well,
As
the
you...
Griffins,
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Elita?
sorry, Griffins also sound quite interesting because didn't the board say that the Griffins were acting out? It feels like something.
The notes I wrote down were Griffins, comma, Ranger Alteron wants to kill him. That's all I wrote. I also wrote down restaurant clear out. I think we've done that. I've written down Oxos, comma, kid killer, question mark. And Pirate Hunter, Rogue Vessel, 6000 Coprios. I don't know if that's what the reward is, or that might be the name. I need to get better at writing notes. See, and I can't. And I finally show you my hand, and what I've been doing is because I've got the.
Those notes are bad, and you should feel bad.
I do feel bad. So, because I've got the Illuminator's tattoo that allows me to use my finger to write like a quill, I just scrawl the notes on my hand. So I've just got these like weird, like half-handed notes.
And the best part is that now that you've
hand.
sweated the fuck out of that hot room,
Yep.
they are just a smudged mess.
Yep.
I'll say though, as you look at Amalia's patchy form, you surmise that maybe Penelope is the best person to help her with that.
Well, so with the Griffins, I think you said they were acting out of like their nature. I feel like we've heard that before. Like we had the hill giants that were acting out of turn as well. You know, that sweet lady told me, and I had the theory about that they were turning the sheep into hill giants. You know, when we did that quest.
I have slept since then, so I believe you, but I don't remember.
It feels like, you know, there was this teacher I had in Akros, and he used to say that if something happens once, it's an incident. If it happens twice, it's a coincidence. And 3 times is a pattern. So I feel like we're at coincidence now, but I feel like a lot of creatures are acting out. So that's why I'd be interested in the Griffins, but maybe I'm just looking too much into it.
They all sound like interesting things to do. Do we have our ship? We should get hold of our the wailing siren and
Siren's
travel.
Wrath, but okay.
Oh yes, that one.
My goodness.
We've been on it once, and that was when we got it, and we haven't used it since.
We have a ship.
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, we have a ship. Yeah.
Good
So
to
we have a
know.
ship.
Good to know.
You used it when you traveled to the Isle of Iska.
Oh yes.
And we also used it when we went in the middle of the sea to go underneath.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But yes,
say with less
you have not used it
gusto.
nearly as much as I might have wanted.
Anticipated.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
well.
so you guys are heading straight to sea, or swinging by Penelope first, or what's up?
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's about like 5 p.m.
Call it a night to start off with. I think we can. I'll reach out to Penelope tomorrow, and we can look into gearing the boat tomorrow. Also, these burns still sting, and I don't quite fancy the idea of salt water splashing on these for a bit.
And I'm still patchy, and I don't like myself right now.
At this point, I'll say, Bithynia, roll one last Arcana check.
21 total.
It clicks for you because you were thinking about it for a moment. You could probably, unless something's out of the ordinary, discern the effects of the bottle you're holding by identification, as the same you would a magical item.
Say that once more.
It occurs to you that you could very likely discern what this potion does using the spell Identify, same as you would a magical item.
So she's like holding. I imagine she's like swaddling it in her arms.
Yeah. It is a big bottle, yeah. It's like the size of one of those old Italian style, like, bulbous, like, wine bottles. You know, the ones? Yeah.
Does anyone have Identify anything?
You do, Bithynia.
Magic, maybe? Oh yeah, that's me. Let's see. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Well, I'm touching it, so
Yep.
I can just
You
figure it out.
So you take a moment to ritual cast it, as your version of identify can only be cast as a ritual, as it is part of the ritual caster feat that you have. So over the course of about 11 minutes, oh no, it's an action normally. So over the course of 10 minutes plus 6 seconds, you guys are just like sat on a park bench at this point, chilling as this happens, taking in the breeze, relaxing after. I'll say you're a little further up in the city. Wait, wrong one. And after a moment, Bithynia, her eyes glow white, and return to normal. Bithynia, if you look up Bloody Marilith on D&D Beyond, it should be there at this point, I added it a while back, it will tell you exactly what it does. As in, if you look like under Manage Inventory, it'll appear there.
My character sheet?
Yeah, so in your character sheet, if you click Manage Inventory and search for Bloody Marilith, it should show up. Now, specifically the purple version, not the common version. The common version is just a liquor.
So, this is interesting. It was a specialty alcoholic beverage. This party knows their beverage. However, it fills your body with reactive energy. And for 1 minute after drinking this potion, you can use a reaction, even if you've already taken one since the end of your last turn.
What? Oh, shit.
Once you use this feature, so once you use this feature,
It tastes like a Bloody Mary, by the way.
Yep. Once you use that, the effects of the potion end. So for 1 minute, you get a extra reaction during one of your turns.
Could you use 2 reactions in a row?
You could
So if someone provokes an
If
attack
it's
of
an
opportunity,
extra.
you could take an attack of opportunity and another attack of opportunity.
Well, it does say that it's an extra one.
Yeah.
Let me have a read of the wording of it, 1 second.
You can use a reaction, even if you've already taken one since the end of your last turn.
I'll copy and paste it in Discord.
You have a look. That's an interesting question. Bloody Marilith.
I feel like the way... I put it in Discord, by the way.
I'm going to treat it like the Cobalt Souls Monk ability, where that is not the case, I'm afraid.
Is it the very rare variety?
It is the very rare variety. The common variety is just liquor.
Oh, in which case that one though, it says 1 reaction for every turn in combat. One reaction on every... Oh, crap. Alright, okay, yeah, that is actually rather cool.
Oh shit!
There
no,
was me thinking. There was me legitimately thinking it's just like another rephrase. It's just a Bloody Mary with a different name.
I just clocked that the very rare version gives you an extra reaction every turn in combat for 1 minute. I'm not gonna deny you guys that because that's what I said. So I take it back. One extra reaction every turn for a minute. But you cannot use 2 reactions consecutively or simultaneously.
Okay.
I feel like I need a cricket sound effect right now. No, I'm kidding.
Well, now we know that this potion
thing.
is. What do you think? Would anyone in particular like this, or I'm not much for drinking, personally, but
Who does a lot of stuff that? Who is easily provoked?
Then she's gonna look over at the cat.
That's valid.
But also look at Bakios, like kind of going back and forth, like,
Because whoever's more likely to I can get a spell out if I time it right. If someone hits me, I can also get a spell out. So I could, but I'd need to have drunk it already to. So I don't know. But someone that does things reactively.
so then that sounds like a healing kind of thing.
That sounds so stupid.
You don't have to make everything. You can talk a little
I'm
meta
trying.
occasionally.
I am trying.
I was saying you don't have to make everything sound in world. You can talk meta a little bit on occasion.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So
yeah,
who has the most reaction-based abilities?
that?
Who?
I'm asking. As in, look, so I guess that's the question.
Yes.
And then Bothemia's gonna go back and look between the Trap Springer and the Paladin. Well, that would be ideal for them.
I mean, I do have some reactions that I could use to either shield you or, counterspell things.
Yeah. Actually,
I think the Triton should.
counterspelling. Just as I remember, the counterspell was really, really sucking last time we had someone else doing that to us. Having someone that could just do it constantly, yeah.
Constantly, I don't know about that. I don't have that many magical powers, I'm not a full caster by any means.
Counterspelling.
You do have, and your actions and reactions are worthwhile.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll gladly take it if no one else wants it.
Can I ask a question about it?
Mm-hmm.
So does the person have to drink it and then it happens?
Lasts for a minute after you drink it, yeah.
Okay.
So you'd have to go in
to
knowing.
drink... So would it have to be the whole thing, or would it be a sip?
No, whole thing.
It's like a 10-use potion.
Yeah, just quick. I need to react. Just swig and react. Swig and react.
Yeah, I think the Paladin as well.
Yeah.
Yes, very well. I'll take it then.
So, Daniel will hold over. Take care of her. She's all yours.
Thank you.
Shall we rest?
Mhm.
Let's rest. We go rest.
Okay. You all retire to your respective abodes for the evening, and a fairly unceremonious, in a not necessarily bad way. You simply retire for the evening, have a basic meal for dinner, and just go straight to bed. Your mind's all busy with what is to come tomorrow. As you all turn in, you disappear, each one of you, after the other, to the land of Nod. Oop, that's a bit more.
The hell was that?
No, I gotta listen to that better. That's a little too dark. Amalia.
Oh no.
As sleep takes you, you once again feel like a gravel type of sensation press against your face. And as you just get up and stand up, you see that you're standing on a familiar plateau, as in a familiar plain that is just
Oh no.
millions upon millions of bones. And then a long scraping sound, and you look by and you see a familiar long black coil, thick as a tree trunk, drag through these bones. And you follow it, and you stare up to see the titanic form of Erebos, standing impossibly large against the purplish black, virulent storm sky of the underworld. He cracks his fabled whip, mastics, coils it around his arm, his skeletal form, with a sort of decrepit regality to it, rears to his full height. And you hear a sound like footsteps on the gravel. And you look down again and you see Baragon.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Just limp, just almost zombie-like, just walking into the inky black. That is just this void at the base of where Erebos stands. After a moment, these sort of ice begins to, these icy winds coalesce around him. He's still in his icy form, until he transforms into this mote of icy blue light. And Erebos scoops up this mote, stashes it into his cloak, and sort of casts it into the darkness. And he just looks at you.
A fine payment. A fine tribute. Too late. Did he embrace the tranquility of death? Too long. Did he suck on undeserved life? But now, a balance remedied. And a fine prize garnered. Well done, disciple. Well done.
And the darkness swallows you once more. And the rest of your sleep is fairly normal. You awaken, a little slightly more tired than you maybe anticipated, but just a little bit, you're fine. You guys all reconvene, enjoying a light breakfast at your favorite watering hole, the Flowing Cup. And after that, are you guys heading straight to the sea?
Or
Okay. You head on down to the docks. And it's easy enough to find the Siren's Wrath. For those of you who are only seeing it for the first time, which I believe is actually everybody, except Skotinos and Amalia, you see about a mid-sized trireme. It looks loved, to be sure, but it is no less sturdy and looks seaworthy. A few elements of it look recently renovated, like it may have undergone a bit of a spruce to make it seaworthy once more, but that in consideration, in amalgamation, it is a strong and worthy sea vessel. The paint on the side are these dark blue and black color pattern with the traditional eye paintings that go at the front of the vessel being a bloody red. The sail itself is a bright cerulean blue, or like a dark blue, within a pale aquamarine, a stenciled silhouette of a screaming siren, roaring in full. She's there.
Well, I guess we'll just let Eslin know we're taking her out for a spin. She might be able to fashion as a crew. We gotta give everyone roles again on the... I forgot all that we had to do all this last time we used the boat. We need a navigator. We need...
Oarsman.
Oh yeah, we just... Oh, okay. I know Galaxy is busy.
It occurs to you, there's like no crew for this ship.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Is we need to. Well, I was considering going to Eslin and getting some recommendations.
Do you do that?
You need me to send a message to Eslin?
Might be useful. Let her know we're planning to travel for a while and need a crew for the boat. Send who she thinks is good and we'll pay them. Or she... Oh no, she gave us the money. I was going to say she could pay... Well, she might be able to pay for them. Let's find out. Let's see if she's able to pay for it, and if not, then we can.
Yeah, also, I will go into my bag and grab the Seafarers Cloak out of it and just go, so, I'm already proficient with boats, so you wanna have it?
I mean, I'm probably going to be helping with the keeping the oarsmen together. But I can, unless... Xanthia, how are you with boats?
Been on boats.
Good enough. There you go. I give you a cloak.
I'll say your experience with boats would be slightly limited, Xanthia, because you are far less likely to need them.
Yeah.
Alright.
So message? I should message Eslin?
Yeah, if you can't get everything, we can always go and visit her, but if you can message her, then it saves us.
Cool. While you're taking a moment to formulate the message, let me just have a quick look at something, just in case it helps you guys. Where is Ghosts of Saltmarsh?
Yeah, because I always prepare my messages. Of course I do.
And now I'm affording you an opportunity to do so.
Well, no. I'm
Ghosts of
gonna send... Tomorrow I'll text you the details of the Seafarers Cloak.
Oh, cool.
I'm just gonna send you a picture because I'm lazy.
That's fine.
Here you go, honey.
Thank you.
You do need to attune to it, so...
So yeah, the Seafarer's Cloak, yes, is an attune. It gives you proficiency in water vehicles and navigation tools. Now, navigation tools would be an intelligence-based skill to be used, as just a general note. Water vehicles, it could vary depending on what the nature of the thing you're trying to do is. On the rolls of a ship, you would have things like a captain, which benefits from a higher charisma. A bosun would benefit from carpenter's tools and the athletic skill, which I don't know that people have, but you can hire everything here as well. Quartermaster benefits from nature as well as maybe navigations tools, but a navigator as well would definitely require a very high intelligence, so would depend entirely on... So you could use the cloak to make one of you guys a navigator, or potentially even make one of you guys a captain. If, worth keeping in mind that one of you guys does already have proficiency in water vehicles.
I do as well.
Ooh, fancy.
Because I'm a cool cleric.
While everyone
I'm
fights
sorry.
over being captain, I'm just gonna hide and toot on my horn to my shawm rather, not the horn, the shawm this time, and that I'll be the musician, so I'll keep the oarsman rowing in tune. So I wouldn't get it.
It may be worth utilizing the cloak to create a navigator as a...
Okay, so between all of us, what roles would we have?
Total roles are navigator,
Bosun?
bosun, musician.
Of course, very important.
It's because you have to make sure the oarsmen are rowing it, because it's a trireme, so you got to get everyone rowing.
So when there are
Secrets.
when it's oared vessels, galleys, as opposed to what one traditionally associates with a sailing ship, i.e. more Pirates of the Caribbean style, it is very important to keep the oars in sync. So a musician is actually indispensable.
Aha. So you'll be the musician. I will write this down. Musician.
Hey.
The last time as well.
Martinez.
Surgeon.
Okay.
A surgeon and cook is also advisable.
Well,
What's that?
I have a spell called Create Food and Water. So water,
That too.
food is all good. I picked it today. We're all good. So I'm just gonna write down by the cook. I'm gonna write spells, because that's fun. So we need a surgeon, a captain, bosun, and a quartermaster. So who's smart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is,
Bithynia.
and I say this. Oh crap! Let me just. I say this with
You are
no
smart.
small amount of matter of factness. That is the only correct answer to that question with this group.
We're all idiots except for Bithynia.
Basically, yes.
I-
It's like you Voltroned your intelligence into one being, and like. It's like Goku when he absorbs like the power of everybody else to make the spirit bomb. Bithynia is the spirit bomb, and everyone else is like drained.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone just transferred all of their brain cells to Bithynia.
Exactly. Yes.
I just have the broom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Clean up broom.
Okay,
That's
so
okay. What am I again now?
Bithynia, you're the quartermaster. So we need a captain, a surgeon, and a bosun.
Bithynia, are you proficient in navigator's tools?
I don't think I'm proficient in anything that'll be helpful here, except for being the captain, because I can tell people what to do.
You do have a terribly high intelligence, so if there was something that gave her proficiency in navigator's tools, that might make the
No,
difference.
cloak.
Or and again,
No.
Cloak was that.
yeah, as
Yeah.
as a suggestion, but also by no means like,
Yeah,
this
let's-
is your guys' game.
Does the captain need to be the one that does the navigating tools?
No, it does not. So
Okay.
they're two distinct roles.
Okay,
The-
then let's give the cloak to Bithynia, make her the navigator.
The captain is the one that issues orders. The best captains have high intelligence. So, okay, I'm just reading this of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. They have high intelligence and charisma scores, as well as proficiency with water vehicles and intimidation/persuasion. So
So the cloak
I
for
have-
the purpose of... So if we give the cloak to Bithynia for the proficiency in water vehicles, do we have someone that can do navigating tools? So we might need to hire a navigator then.
So would that make me the captain then, since I have high charisma, high intelligence, and proficiency in persuasion?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am proficient with water vehicles, and my persuasion is a +6. I couldn't intimidate probably, but I could persuade.
I have a +8 in persuasion.
Yes, Xanthia, queen, you're our captain now.
Basically, the cloak will give whoever is the captain all the tools to become it, so long as they've got the right attribute scores for it.
Yeah.
If I'm reading that right, because we haven't got navigating tools as a skill, so sorry, not that proficiency, but yeah. So okay, so that's one way to do it.
Then what's left?
Well, who do we settle on?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Too, honestly.
Can we have co-captains? Can we have
Oh god.
Xanthia be the captain
No.
and Bithynia be the co-captain?
3 weeks from today.
I propose a half
Also
mutiny.
the
I want to take
quartermaster.
over as
3 weeks from today, as somebody is stabbing somebody in their sleep, I'm gonna look back on this moment.
And it'll be me, and it'll be a murder mystery party with me, Plummet,
Okay.
and
Oh my god.
the Oracle.
I like
like
the
I said,
idea actually.
you
as
guys,
well.
you guys can absolutely do what you want. The officer system in Ghost of Saltmarsh is not hard and fast. As long as the functions get fulfilled, i.e., someone is the one making checks, someone is the one steering, and someone can handle repairs and things like that, it can be as fluid or as afluid as you want it to be. So, if you...
I propose a 6-person co-op.
Oh god.
I approve. But
Bithynia's gonna get a dinghy and just paddle next to you. She'll be everything on her own ship.
what
Okay.
did the bosun
Or she's
do
going
again?
to fly on Plummet next to you.
I
and
will
just
say as
F it
well
all.
that
Oh, yeah, that's
the
what's fun.
captain does not have to be the one steering the ship.
Right, they just have to be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so
What's
okay.
smart
Pet peeve.
and
but-
charismatic, you'll be the captain.
So pet peeve, there's no wheel in Theros. There are keels because Triremes said keels, but that's just a pet peeve.
Okay.
So
Pull the lever.
if you wanted, you could have one person who's proficient in water vehicles man the keel.
Uh-huh.
You got me doing it now. And it need not be the captain. The captain could be handling primarily the navigator's tools and barking orders. That is
Let's
another
do
way
that
you
then.
could do that.
Let's do that. That makes more sense because then, if Bithynia has the cloak and therefore has proficiency in navigator's tools, if Bithynia navigates as well as giving the instruction, then that frees up.
Helena, in that situation, Helena being the only one with water vehicles.
With the right skills for it, yeah, because
He's
she'd
driving.
she'd have to do both roles. She'd have to be captain and navigator because the cloak is the only way we're going to get the proficiency for navigator's tools. So, actually, Barkios, do you want to take over?
Oh my god. Go
Imagine-
Gaming Syndicate just commented.
I'm in favor of this.
Go
And
Gaming.
I'll watch from the shore.
Yeah.
Just
Go Gaming
swim,
Syndicate just
honestly.
commented. Should we dodge the iceberg? Let's put it to a vote.
I like it.
So true.
Okay.
What did the bosun need again?
It can help to have carpenter's tools. Bosun can perform repairs on the ship, as or if need be. I feel like Bithynia
So-
would already have like a captain's hat somewhere prepared for this.
Yes.
Yeah, she's already delegated everything and she's just waiting for everybody to realize that she's right.
So
Yes. Let's make Bithynia the captain, I think.
okay.
Row off.
So who's gonna be the quartermaster then? Bithynia. Since the quartermaster needs high intelligence and navigation tools.
Cool.
Talia?
So the quartermaster. Okay, I'm gonna say let's step away from the strictness of the Ghost of Saltmarsh rule because that's a little inflexible. So Bithynia as the captain would be primarily using the navigator's tools, which fulfills the role of the quartermaster. But as opposed to also driving the ship, would be simply barking the orders to, we'll call it the helmsman, or the keelsman, or keelswoman, Hilira. So that basically takes care of captain and quartermaster. We can say quartermaster gets replaced by keels person, which takes care of that. Both roles fulfilled, with the captain being the one handling the navigator's tools. That would leave. I'm gonna say first mate is less important. Although, yeah.
We can give that to Barkios just to keep him happy.
He'd probably be good at that as well. He's the one who probably is proficient in intimidation.
Sure.
Fine.
Which leaves bosun, surgeon, and cook.
Surgeon. I mean,
No.
I can heal.
Cook we had. We were gonna use spells.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Unless we really want to cook, but I have create food and water, and so does Xanthia, so
That's a really cool idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of a waste.
Yep.
So surgeon, Xanthia?
Can do that, yes.
Xanthia, do you have magic that can bring people back when they die?
Yes, I have Revivify. I just lack the diamonds, but I think we have some in the party
Well,
fund, right?
Yeah, I have like 4.
I think I'm out of party fund diamonds, so it might be whoever's got them. Yeah, I think Hilira's got all that's left of our diamonds.
Yeah, so I'll give you, we have 1,200 gold pieces of diamonds, so I'll give you 600, so we both have 600. So we have 2 revivifies, I think.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh,
I misspoke. I do have another 200 gold pieces worth of diamonds, but it's not enough for a spell. So I think I'm keeping it until it ends up being enough for a spell.
A teeny thing.
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna do?
Well, you can...
Here's an ore.
You can be third mate.
What's that?
Second mate, and you can be third mate. Or co-second mate. With Butch. Are you good
So
at
I'm in.
things?
You can be in charge of the plank should we need it.
That is an important job. That is
No,
the
let's hope
second
not.
job that I would like if I
Oh,
wasn't
gee.
captain. I too.
Okay, so I'm rowing, and I'll be in charge of the plank.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very important job.
I mean, with
Very
Amalia's
important
strength
job.
score, her role can be nitrous tank.
What's that?
Speed boost.
Okay, yeah, that worked. I was the rower last time, so you know.
Imagine, I don't know, maybe this reference is gonna date me, but in Asterix and Obelix, there's just one of the issues where Obelix like just takes the back oars and like gets the boat like a mile out to sea in a minute by himself.
Nice.
Oh my god, that is perfect, Rebecca.
Found it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh my god,
So we still need to hire oarsmen.
Oarsmen, sailors, yeah, so enough oarsmen, at least 6 sailors, 10 ideally, who can man the sail, and that should be everything.
So that's what you'll need to request from Eslin. Or at least recommendations.
Okay. So, I will send a message to Eslin.
Okay, what is the wording of your message?
Hi! So, we're at the boat. Looking for some help. 6 sailors and an oarsman, baby, and a boatman. Hope you're doing well. Okay, bye.
That's nice. I don't really know any sailors. I used to just swim everywhere. But maybe ask around? Good luck. That's it.
Well, okay.
So how long until they're coming then?
Well, she doesn't actually know anybody. We have to ask around.
Alright then.
Are we still like, we're not on the boat, right? Or are we?
You're not on the boat yet, though you're just looking at the boat.
Okay. I will just turn around and just go, I'm looking for sailors! Thanks! And just kind of see what happens.
So, just so I got this right, a young, beautiful girl is yelling, "I'm looking for sailors" out on the docks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. just to make sure I understood that you correctly.
What about putting a notice up on the board? I mean, is that not...
I mean, yes, but I'm also eager to see how this turns out.
Bithynia, roll a just a straight intelligence check.
Last time, I think we went to a tavern that was
12.
on the docks, and found some. Oh, we found
12?
someone. I think we found a foreman there.
Yeah, it's a fairly low DC. You gather that there are centers by which one can maybe make a request, at which point word can be put out in relatively short order, and also what's the word I'm looking for?
Hired help.
Yeah, basically you can seek out hired help at the Theros equivalent of job centers, or like at taverns as well. It can be easy enough to try and recruit sailors. There are people with, there are sailors with like fixed roles, maybe as part of like a shipping company or fishing company or something like that. But there are also plenty of freelance oarsmen who, just generally will look for work, grab work when they can, and with proper vetting could be generally relied upon. I will say, for the purposes of simplicity, that you can use the hirelings system in order to get the oarsmen you need.
Okay.
When the adventurer hires an NPC for long-term ward... Oh, okay. Sorry, just reading the... Oh, right. Equipment of the player's handbook. Services. Okay, you can hire an untrained hireling for 2 silver pieces a day. Or you can hire a skilled hireling for 2 gold pieces per day. I'll say as well for clarification, the task, it depends on the task you are doing. Certain tasks are simpler than others, and unskilled versus skilled labor would be a lower penalty.
I am smart, but I am broke. So, just put that out there.
Okay, one second. Let me check my,
There's the episode title.
2 seconds.
I have like 2,000 gold, so I'm good.
Yeah, same. I have 2,000 gold, 200 silver, and nearly 200 copper.
You guys have so much money.
The only thing I bought was my axe, and that was ages ago.
I have like 20 gold on me right now.
I'm slowly running out of coin, but I still have enough for now. Provided we get paid for some more jobs in actual money.
Bakio says, well, I mean, how many sailors are we actually gonna need?
Thanks.
Oh, I mean,
plus
total.
then oarsmen as well. And I just cast my mind to how many we had when we travelled down to. That was
A galley, which the Siren's Wrath is, requires a total of 80 crew. Okay, so if it's 80 crew, and that's 2 gold per crew per day. But then you help.
yeah,
The trip.
For what?
80 gold per. So that's 160 gold per day.
Yeah.
We could, if we, how far is the travel to
Oxus.
Oxus person?
So Oxus would
I
be...
can't. The name is just kind of melted off my hand now, so I've just got Oxen.
Oxus is approximately 35 to 40 miles down the Theros Peninsula.
Well, that's
I
not far at
believe
all.
a galley can travel 96 miles per day, so it'd be a half a day's journey to get to Oxus.
I'd say we book them for, well, at least 2 days. And then, so 320 gold. And then we'll see if we need them for a bit longer, so... Because we still need to go after the pirate ship once we work out what's going on with that, but we might find more information once we get to Oxford.
You guys do that?
Yes.
Cool. For the purposes of brevity, I'm going to say Bithynia. Roll both a investigation check and a persuasion check with advantage because you are within a city.
So nobody responded to my screaming.
So with persuasion, I
Sorry,
got a
I didn't-
17 and a 19.
So
and then what was the other one?
You do get a few funny looks here.
Bad.
Oh. Well, it's just like back home.
You know what?
What
I'll
was
say,
the-
Hilira, make a persuasion check as well, you Hilira.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, you're saying Bithynia?
What was the third roll that you said? Because I did persuasion with advantage.
And investigation check. Investigation.
So I got a 19 on persuasion, and then investigation is 15.
Okay. Easy enough. What'd you get, Hilira?
25.
Okay, I'll say it was screaming into the ether, but with a 25, I'll say you do get a couple people. There's a couple people who are like they looked like, and they were in the process of pulling in a basically docking a medium-sized shipping vessel, like a smaller shipping vessel that was for fishing. And they sort of get up and look and say, "You need work? We were only hired for this one voyage that it's over now, so we're actually technically free."
Great, come on over.
And they just kind of like sheepishly walk over, like telling, "Hi,
Hi.
I,
So,
yes?
oh, you first go. Tell me about it.
I am Antenor, this is my brother Antemion, and, we know how to row."
Are you experienced sailors?
Mainly just doing the route to the Lindishorn, but, yeah.
Okay. Captain Bithynia, I need you down here.
Okay. So I'm guessing Bithynia's gonna clop on down on Plummet, but she's just.
Yep. You're just full on, like, astride your Pegasus, looking all regal down at them.
Captain Bithynia, I found us 2 sailors already.
Amazing. Fantastic. Do we need anything else? Do I need to go scour anywhere else for anything else?
We
And
need to
what
get
else?
a few more.
Yeah, you need about 78 more. But I will say that. So this was going to be a marriage. Bithynia, you talk to these gentlemen briefly, and they know a few digs where people looking for work can be found. These guys themselves are more, they're, lack of a better term, rope rats, as in they just flit about the docks looking for people who know how to work a ship. They're non-committal sailors, for lack of a better term. They go where the money is.
Contract.
Yeah, exactly. They know a few digs, like a few watering holes that have people just like them, and with their recommendation, you do your sleuthing and you seek a few places out. You listen to what they're saying about these places, and you deduce where you're more likely to get people who are looking for the kind of work you guys are prepared to offer. And you seek out one of these places. Scotty, you recognize loosely this place as being
It's where we got the people from. Yeah, I thought it might be.
No, actually, it's the place whose cellar you accidentally broke into when you were clearing the Arania from the sewers.
Oh, what a really cool place that I've never been to before.
And as you go into this place, Bithynia, you, with all the regality and business acumen and just command of the situation that befits someone of your station and knowledge, you venture into this place and just basically, matter-of-factly, sit down at various tables, make several calls out, plainly saying, "Hey, here's what's up, here's what I'm looking for, who's in?" And with your matter-of-factness and with your straightforward sincerity and just ability to lay down the facts and lay the cards down on the table, and it takes you guys about an hour going through a couple watering holes, but you eventually manage to put together 80 freelance sailors who are, for the coin that you have positioned, are more than happy to lend their muscles, lend their knowledge of the ropes. And you have yourself a ragtag crew.
And here comes Bithynia with 80 men.
Yep.
It's marching down.
It's a real misfit crew, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You just see all walks of life. You see, like, a slightly smaller satyr, astride, or like right next to a hulking minotaur. And further back, a youngish Leonin who has that sort of scraggly mane similar to Nazaros's kid. A hodgepodge of humans of all backgrounds. You even see a singular man with dark black skin and just short curly hair kept up, that just sort of rests in a shock on his head. Bulging muscles. Bithynia, you recognize him as likely being a Monkishan by birth. Of the southern continent. Just like this, almost like skin almost charcoal black. This gives you a nod.
She's riding on Plummet. Okay.
But one by one, you guys, instructions received, the sailors arrive at your ship, assume the various positions per the captain's instructions, and as the oarsmen get into place, the sailors let out the sail, the oarsmen turn to the musician expectantly.
Alright, this is a 9-minute beat poem.
I quit! And just they all meet.
And I will start. Nothing fancy, just pure functional. Moana-esque. And let's away.
Unable to. Perfect. You take out your aulos and begin strumming on the two separate clarinet-like pipes. Unable to help yourself, you put a little bit of a spin on it, but just enough that it doesn't hamper the functionality of it. That makes it just a little bit more pleasant to listen to. It almost becomes lo-fi.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
And in a rhythm, the sailors begin. Ho! Ho! And they just, in a rhythm, begin striking the oars. Hilira, you've been on a couple boats, but Akros is by no stretch known for its seafaring. So this is very much a new experience for you. As the boat picks up more speed than you anticipating, you feel the wind rush through your hair. And bit by bit, you guys begin to leave behind. And the wind picks up. And Meletis becomes smaller in the background as the Bay of Meletis opens up to you guys. With Bithynia, you, I'm gonna say, somebody mark off 5 gold for the navigator's set of navigator's tools, which I don't think you guys actually had a set of, but we'll say that you guys could have bought up here. So somebody.
Yep, I've done that.
Cool. Bithynia, you eye this astrolabe, is it called? No, astroscope. You eye your astrolabe, measuring the few stars that you can see even in the daylight now, measuring the distance of the sun, getting a sense of where you guys are. And you put Oxus in your sights after studying the map. And you all stand proud upon the helm of this ship. The wind billowing in your hair. As you set your sights for what comes next.
Yay!
And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Yay!
Hey.
I'm so excited.
Thanks everybody so much for tuning in. I think this was a record for us in terms of turnout.
Yep.
Nice.
Deeply appreciate the love. As always, you all out there are loved. We thank you so much. If you like what you see here and you would like to see more, have a think about hitting that follow button. And you can get updates every time we go live and every time there's announcements about new one-shots, and there's a few of those coming down the line, don't get me wrong. New content. Our socials are all in the channel tags as part of our Twitch channel. We can get all the info there. We hope to see more of you. Have a good night. We are DC30. Bye.